Hello everyone, this is Flora and this is my System Software and Compiler Lab experiment number 2. Today we are working on symbol table. So basically symbol table is a data structure which is created and maintained by the compiler, which is used as a storage where we have a number and details about the occurrence of various entities, whether it's identifiers or objects or function. So what we have in this experiment is we have an input which is in the file format and which contains a C program, and output would look similar to this, where we would have attributes like ID, data type, its return type, its number of parameters and types of parameters. Now coming back to my code, I have this file wherein I have written a C program which has identifiers A and B assigned with the initial value, character C assigned with the initial value, a function called double add which has a return type as the double, 3 parameters, and so on. So coming back to my experiment, I have used a file reader class to read the file, that is the fourth.txt file, and it would render and give me all my C program content. Then I've used a string tokenizer to split the strings over a white space. And then I have used two functions, lookup functions and insert function. Lookup function is used to check whether we have already such named identifier and function that we have already have rendered through the strings, and then we have an insert function to insert if not the identifier is not already been encountered, then we are adding it to the symbol table. So we have 6 arrays which have data types, variables, initial value, return type, number of parameters and types of parameters. The last two is almost 3 is used only for functions, and others we have used for all the others functions and identifiers. And even in case of objects, we would have it return type of with the class name. Now coming back to the lookup, I have checked out and returned true or false whether the variable or the identifier is already present. If it is present, I've returned false so that we don't insert it again. If it is not present, then we proceed on to the insert function. In insert functions, I have used a regular expression to match if it is integer, and otherwise I have used strings equals function, built-in Java function, uh, to match with the given string if it contains character or float or double, and then I have assigned type for each, and then I have used arrays and its basic counter variables to identify all the types of the array of all the types of the identifiers. So if you look at my file, the output of the file, now I have an identifier called A, and it is of return and if it is of int data type, which does not have an initial value, whereas another int data type identifier B does have a initial value. If you look at the text, I have A which is 0 initial value and B has 5. So that is the output. And then we have a function called add which has a return type called double, and the number of parameters are 3 and the type of parameters are integers. Suppose if the type of parameters are float and double, so we can use another array, store all the different data types in that array and display it together. And then this is for character C, we had an initial value of D, so that is for character C, and so on. So for function x1 we had only 1 parameters. So this is the experiment number 2 where we have constructed symbol table. Thank you.